The way I did it is I learned about it from a teacher. They said, you need to go down there and you need to talk to Jeff Hook. So I set up a program. He ran through what benefits they had, expertise in space, meeting areas if I needed meeting areas. They would network me with the right people. I had to be a student, of course, and willing to put in the work. I don't think it was worded that way, but this is not something you play with. You want to come in here and you really want to do something, we'll help you. Start whenever I'm ready. Hi, I am Samantha and I am with Taboo Dance and Fitness. Taboo Dance and Fitness is a non-traditional dance and fitness studio. We focus on things that keeps women motivated, keeps them confident, and keeps them empowered. We're talking about classes like pole fitness. We're talking about Zumba classes, hip hop classes, anything that keeps things fun and energetic and keeps them going. I went in there and I told him my idea, and like most people, when I tell them my idea, they're a little like, okay, all right. But the more I started talking to him, he just asked me questions. And so eventually got to the point to where I had fewer and fewer questions because I already knew the answer. Or if he would ask me a question, I would know the answer right away. And it would make me so excited because, haha, you can't trick me today. I'll be fine because I've already he always told me I had a good idea, I had a niche market, and always pushed me to emphasize that. So once I seen it pop up, that it was available, I came to him to talk to him. You know, good idea, you think I can win, you know, what I need to work on, and so he kind of helped me with that too. I went in and I had to do a 10-minute presentation over my business. At the end of the 10-minute presentation, the judges were able to ask whatever questions they liked. So after that presentation, of course, I was the last name called, and I found out that I won first place, and of course I did a happy dance. I was happy. But even though I was so confident, I wasn't for sure. I wasn't for sure if my idea was going to be able to stand out amongst other bright minds as well. So I did pretty well, I would say, on that one. Tension level wasn't too high until I moved on.
His personality was like complete opposite of mine. And I think that's what made it work, but eventually I was real like uptight, and I think getting to know him and hanging out with him made me a lot more loose and open-minded. Kind of grew me too.
Yeah, inversely, Joel's very responsible and I was not. So I learned a lot about just maintaining a good character when in situations like with people or with your finances and being independent. I didn't have a lot of opportunities out of college. No one wanted to hire me based on my experience. So social media is such a low barrier to entry that I felt like I had a good opportunity to make some extra money and get experience.
He called me and was like, hey, I got a meeting with Cambridge Market. I might be doing their social media. And I was like, that's awesome, man. He was like, do you want to like get in on this business with me? And I was like, yeah. He moved back up here, lived in my 1-bedroom apartment for like 3 months.
I slept on the couch.
Yeah. And first like year and a half, I guess, of our business, he did it 40 hours a week by himself. would come in when I needed to, but financially it was really rough for him, and then I tried to help him out when I could.
I didn't spend a lot of money in that time, but I was enjoying what I was doing, and I felt like we were doing right by the business.
He ate a lot of my food.
Yeah, I did. Much. Well, that doesn't change. I still do that. So yeah, we were introduced. Chris Schell, he introduced us to Jeff Hook and Doug Rohr over at the Student Business Accelerator, and that helped get our start. I mean, they gave us solid advice we still use today. They also gave us office space, and then they also introduced us to a lot of individuals that we wouldn't have really thought about reaching out to.
Yeah, $500.
Yeah, $500, and
yeah, it was cool.
It was awesome. It made us official. I like to build upon what I did yesterday and keep on constantly learning. and building value, because I know that what we're doing today is going to be obsolete, who knows, in a year. And I'd like to ride that wave out, expand on what we offer and make it better. Cody brings in 15 years website experience and business experience that's invaluable.
We worked together on a project a little over a year ago, and from that work decided to actually join forces and merge my company into Hangout. My area of expertise was in websites and search engine optimization, and it seemed like a really good fit. And now that I'm on board, our skill sets are far more robust, and I think that we'd all agree that there's been a lot that we've added on in terms of our ability to do websites, and we've seen a lot of success from that. We often sort of rein ourselves in from the day-to-day and ask ourselves, what do we want to do, where do we want to be in 2 years? And I know that seems like silly stuff that you only talk about in platitudes in business school. Well, it's actually really important, obviously. What I'd really like this to do in the future is get to a point where the three of us are really in the business of selling the business and less in the business of doing the business. So my approach is to try to bring in talent to what we have and expand upon that and really get into the sales role.
My parents were completely supportive. I think they were a little bit scared when I left my full-time job to do this, because I was making a good salary there. But seeing that their faces when they come in and walk in here and see that I don't work out of my house, I actually have a place. It's really cool. And not only that, but to see my teachers, to see my peers, to see friends that are older. It's really cool to see their faces when they know that this is what I do every day.
The problem was when we started is there was nobody that really did social media.
All right, I'm ready. No, don't you cover my No, I'm just playing. No, you're good. The closer I got, the more my heart started to beat. Is this a good idea? Are people going to want to buy this? Are they going to accept me? All about choice. You take it as far as you want to. If you want to go from Zumba to pole fitness, whatever's going to make you happy, whatever's going to make you feel confident. But it took me some time to kind of pull my thoughts together and say, yeah, I do know what I'm talking about, and this is a good idea. They don't want this as much as I do.
That's right. Who wants it more?
Yeah. I'm ready to put my heart on the floor. I got an 8-year-old at home to take care of. They're just getting started. My little boy was like, oh, when's the money, Mom? And then I almost started crying. It was like, you don't even know. I'm working this hard for you. You have no idea.
He will. One day he will.
I didn't want to lose myself. I wanted to make sure that my personality showed and they knew what I was standing for. That all these women are doing. And yes, and the other side and the other side. And we are having so much fun with this, right? Oh, we're happy. We got smiles. Those awards were very stressful.
How's everybody's stomach? We all okay? Yeah? Okay. Just checking.
4th place, right?
No.
Third place, $500. Tap and dance.
It was validation that other people believe in me, that I don't need to contradict myself, that I can do this, and I need to make sure that I'm always standing there, because I can't teach somebody else to be confident if I'm not confident myself. And I need to make sure that I'm staying true to what my benefits are of my business. But that regions, I can only imagine now that I'm moving on to state, my heart will probably drop out of my stomach when I get there, because I have no idea what to expect. But it's exciting because I can do it.
I studied an MBA at Western Kentucky University, and as a part of being a student there, They had a student business competition amongst all the universities in the state. And I said, I have an idea I think will work. And so I competed in this competition and I won first place. And using this prize money, I started my company, Only Footprints. Here at Only Footprints, I knit socks out of organic cotton. And so the same type of people that like to buy organic food at the grocery also buy organic clothing.
I wanted to make an environmentally friendly company, and so I chose organic cotton so that the ingredients that go into making the socks are environmentally friendly. Organic cotton means that it was grown without the use of pesticides or chemicals. I chose socks because socks are what's called capital-intensive manufacturing. And what this means is that the knitting machine does most of the work. If I were to choose to start off making t-shirts or underwear, this requires a lot of hand labor, and I simply can't compete right off the bat with imports from other countries.
I think the biggest challenge is finding a time to fill orders, because when you work a day job, either before or after that, you have to go fill orders for your online customers. And so in some regards, it's good that I run an online business because I can have the flexibility to fill orders, and then they just get to the customer's door and they don't know that I work this other job too. But in another regard, it's kind of difficult because you have less time to improve and build upon your business. The WKU Student Business Accelerator is a great sounding board for your ideas. I went to them and I said, hey, I have this business plan, I have these ideas. What do you think's good about them? What do you think's bad about them? How can I improve upon them? And there are great seasoned professionals there that have not only done small business themselves, but seen many other small businesses. And so through their seasoned eyes, they can help you avoid common pitfalls. And they've been a great help to me in getting my small business started. When I entered the competition, there were several levels. You go through and you do a pitch competition and you do a paper. So it's both what you can write about your business and can you persuade people in person that your business is worthy of investment. Although I had some money saved up, I didn't have enough as a student worker to buy a piece of industrial machinery. But through the competition, through showing the judges that I have the business skills to make this happen, they said, hey, we think this business will work.
Adding on the target market, the leaders and early adopters. It's always like that. It never fails. Like I sit down for me. Very important that we have new trends, new classes. We're always staying ahead of the curve. Fitness is like fashion. It's always changing. And didn't go like I wanted it to.
Third place plan for $10,000, Red Natural. Second place for $20,000, Homegrown Brew. First place is $50,000, $30,000. Engagement. biometrics to provide the next one. Stay after, you've got to check, come on up here, we want to take some good pictures. Thank you.
There's gonna be times when it's really hard. It's gonna be scary, but perseverance always pays off. And if you fail, just dust yourself off and get back up and try it again.
At the end of the day, to succeed as a small business, you have to be able to make money because you have to be able to put food on the table for yourself. And, if other people are willing to pay for your idea, then, go for it.
You thought your hustle was over? It's not. You have to continue. After I take my week vacation, right, I think I'll be energized. I think that the adrenaline will be going so much that the sky is the limit for me once I open up them doors, because basically the reins have been let go and I'm able to run free and do things how I want to do. I think it's gonna be an emotional, wonderful, freeing, like a bird out of her cage. That's what it's gonna feel like to me.